I like this comment. I think it's subtle, but there's a lot of truth in it. I made a video called Obsessed with DNA Test Results, Spanish, Jewish, Italian, Mexican. The Hussein defector had this to say, quote, "People are not obsessed with DNA test results. They're desperate to talk about a subject that has been taboo for too long, and that is racial differences and how they affect society," end quote. See, that's intelligent, and I love that. I love to have commentary about all of this. And it's funny because perhaps this video is almost commentary on commentary, because that's the thing. What do I have to keep reminding people? Am I this guy that's just obsessed with DNA test results? What I'm obsessed with is being a communicator and be able to carry on this conversation, because I have realized there's something special about this topic. You know, now that we can all afford DNA test, and now that we can watch YouTube videos about it, it is fascinating to hear each other's thoughts and perspectives on it. And what I've learned, you know, last summer when I started making these videos about the actual DNA test results, I realized that that's only part of the discussion. Talking about perceptions of race and ethnicity is another big part of it. And people's perspectives can be changed. You know, someone who was a, you know, KKK member in North Carolina this whole time finds out that he's 2% Nigerian. How does he process that information? Or he's Greek, because I guess if you're a KKK, you're against Greeks as well. I recently learned that from one of my subscribers who was in the Atlanta area, and I guess his father's church was burned down because they were Greek. And like, but Greek people are white, right? So see, just the fact that I said that is a discussion that people, and we're in an interesting place too, because born in 1981, I'm 37. I was born and raised in the aftermath, and by the way, I was born in Alabama. So I was born and raised in the aftermath of civil rights and post-slavery and everything bad that happened in the South with slavery and Native Americans and all that. So you can imagine a guy like me, I'm very woke. I feel very woke when it comes to understanding to treat all people the same, never look down on a person because of especially their ethnic background or something like that. And so for me, that's common knowledge. And because I'm so passionate about treating everyone the same and with respect, to me, to deny someone, to pretend to be colorblind, that's just rude. If, you know, oh, you're black, I didn't notice. Oh, no, see, that's stupid, that's ridiculous. I celebrate the fact that someone's black. I celebrate that someone is Middle Eastern. I celebrate the fact that someone is Spanish or Mexican or whatever it is. I celebrate that. We can celebrate each other. You know, that's what it's all about. And I think there is definitely truth in the fact that there's almost like, yeah, people, let me read that again. Let me see that again. People are desperate to talk about a subject that has been taboo for too long. And that is that racial differences and how they affect society. Yeah, absolutely. And I love talking about it too. And what's funny and ironic about it, imagine this for me, on a week, several times a week, people will leave a comment with curse words telling me what a racist I am. They'll tell me that I'm a racist for even having these discussions. What's funny is if you're really paying attention to what I'm saying, it's never that any race is superior. Maybe it's about certain races' perceptions that other races are different in a certain way, whether it's good or bad. But we're talking about that perception. So I think it's ironic that a guy who definitely is not racist and definitely is the opposite, I'm all about celebrating our differences and acknowledging those in a positive way, in a collective shared way, that people think that I'm racist just because I'm talking about it. And I think that actually reflects ignorance of people watching the videos. If I'm admitting the fact that we have different ethnic backgrounds and talking about that in a positive way, and then someone says you're a racist, like, that's just ridiculous, isn't it? But I think it also points back to the taboo, that some people don't feel comfortable talking about that. They don't feel comfortable talking about the fact that we have different ethnic backgrounds, and it therefore has an effect on how we perceive the world and society. So someone who doesn't feel comfortable with that is naturally going to hear a guy like me talking about it. Oh, he's got to be a racist. Because why is he so quick to point out who's Spanish and who's Jewish? Well, because I am myself. I naturally talk about my own DNA test, because I'm such a mix of different things. I want to learn more about other people who are more of what I am. It's only natural. So yeah, it's a very good point. and recently also another one of my recent subscribers was saying that she was admitting that basically like it's like I'm a dealer, you know. They keep coming back for more of these discussions. You know, is it really that we're actually learning stuff about DNA? It's more that we can have a conversation about it in a safe place. Because you can see my heart through these videos. You can tell I'm a kind and caring person and that I truly value all people the same. Even from a nationalistic point of view, sure, I'm an American, but is an American life worth any more than a person from the Congo? Absolutely not. Human life is equal, should be treated with respect no matter what. I believe human beings are equal, and I love to celebrate that. And I love to find out how we're alike, how we're often surprisingly alike. So when you see people comment on my videos saying that I'm a racist, and it's funny too because I've had people say that I'm a Nazi, and then I've also had people basically, they were, I guess, acting like they were Nazis themselves and throwing Jewish slurs at me. So I think it's interesting. People just, so many people out there feel uncomfortable talking about race and ethnicity. And that's very clear when they leave comments and they don't know where to place me. But again, I'm being very clear on where I stand on this. I just want to be a host and talk about things and celebrate things because it has been a taboo thing. And the fact that I'm sort of breaking that unspoken taboo, the people who are like-minded like me are like, oh yeah, that's why I like watching this guy's videos, because we can just have real conversations. They don't even have to be so politically correct, but they can be real conversations because the intention is pure. So those of you who are open-minded and intelligent, thank you for being here. And those of you who are closed-minded and afraid to have conversations that were considered taboo, you'll continue to feel uncomfortable until you come around and realize it's okay to talk about this stuff as long as our hearts are pure.